At home who's not heard the Clement comments, I think we might have a little graphic showing his quote from today, but he obviously underlined, the bigger the challenge, the more hungry I am in life. I'm a winner. I always have been. And let me throw some of the comments at you from the Record Sports social media channels in response rather to his winner comment. Richard Elam, a winner? No, you're not. We're 15 points behind. A 3-0 win against the current league leaders counts for nothing. Beale and Van Bronckhorst were sacked for less. You're a perennial loser. Clement's a winner. Winners don't celebrate 3-3 draws at home like it's a treble. Craig, listen, Phil, if you have to try and convince people you're something, you definitely aren't. And this one here from, if I can find it, John, Clement tells us he's a winner. Not away from home he isn't. And Rangers easy okay. I think if we don't take 3 points tomorrow, you'll find more people outside Ibrox on Sunday than inside. So fair to say that his comments
that's today, Rangers easy Ozzy nicking my part of there.
Well, I think either way, fair to say it's not going down well with the Rangers support.
Listen, I get where they're coming. Obviously at Rangers he's not been a winner, Daniel, but this is my point about Philippe Clement and the people that want rid of him, and I get it, I get all the reasons, and if you're going to go down a different route with a manager, say like a Derek McInnes or a David Moyes before he get the Everton job, then that's fair enough, that's a shift. But if you're going to just go and get a guy for Europe who with a good pedigree and highly rated, who are you going to get that had a better record than Clement? Who are you going to attract to Rangers? Well, this guy won 3 titles in Belgium, one with Genk that was against all odds, building a team of young players that included the likes of Sander Berger, Leandro Trossard, guys that went for millions. I mean, on paper, he looked perfect for what Rangers wanted. And obviously up until now it hasn't worked out, but you can't accuse him of no winning in Belgium. No, that's what earned him the Monaco job. Obviously that didn't go to plan, but he wasn't there that long, and it's obviously what attracted him to Rangers, or what attracted Rangers to him. So it's a wee bit harsh because he has won before. That was one of the big reasons Rangers went and got him, but he's obviously not done it here.
To quote another line from The Hangover, some guys just can't handle Glasgow. And I think that's true. That is Philippe Clement in a nutshell. And by the way, I really need to stop quoting examples at The Hangover, given previous past experiences. Probably not a great idea. That's how you get cancelled.
Having Hangover 2 on tonight's show wasn't on my bingo card.
No.
But
what you can't dispute, Daniel, is that, and I've said this on numerous occasions, what Rangers don't have is a winning culture and a winning mentality at the club. That you can't deny that, and people say that might take years to create again. You probably need to, by definition, win things to create a winning mentality, a winning culture. But I also think it's a lot to do with the people in the dressing room, characters, personalities. I think they can help create that, and I don't think you can ever doubt that. I think Rangers, for a number of years, certainly since the Steven Gerrard season when they won the title, they have lacked a real winning mentality. And I think that's the club as a whole. I think away from the playing side, I think the club, whether they like it or not, have got used to being second. They've accepted second best far too often. And it's now run away with Celtic disappearing into the distance. So, as I say, I don't think there's any deny. You can argue all you want about Clement, but I think in that dressing room that there isn't the winning mentality, that winning mindset that's required to go and win multiple trophies.
Again, I think it was certainly mentioned by me. Clement obviously made it clear behind the scenes that he wanted to change the leadership group inside the dressing room before last summer came around. And it seemed to me that he emptied out all the big voices. And you talk about winners and you talk about people with the right attitude and people that lead from the front. To me, Clement seemed in a curious rush to get rid of all the ones who would actually qualify as being those sort of leaders within the group.
Like Goldson, Lundstrom.
Lundstrom, yeah. Then I think Dujon Sterling fell out of the picture when That was strange. I thought he looked like a guy with a voice. Todd Cantwell, all these things, that the guys that you think that they'll have a voice inside that dressing room, I'm not sure he encourages it. In fact, I would go as far as to say I'm pretty sure that he discourages it. He wants to be the only voice. I'm not sure that his coaching staff get to have much of a say in front of the players as well. It seems as if he wants everything done his way, and I actually think it's to the detriment, because I think when you take the fire out of a dressing room, the leaders, the guys that might chip on at people and get a response out of people, if you sanitise it, that Rangers group looks overly sanitised to me. They're too nice. And I wonder if, it's almost in Clement's image.
Dale Clark in the comment section says Clement sounds like Liz Truss before her fall, which, I mean, that's incredibly harsh on Liz Truss, I think. In one moment, we're going to bring in the one and only Michael Gannon from Danes Park. But just before we do that, guys, I mean, look, tons of comments on tomorrow night's game. Where do you think it leaves Clement if he doesn't take all 3 points against Aberdeen?
Just staggering on for the time being until the Rangers board realise that they're going to do more damage than good by not acting. Said it previously, Patrick Stewart got off to an unspectacular start with that briefing. I think he's placed himself in a sticky spot by telling the fans that black is white for Philippe Clement is concerned when they've already made up their own minds. The reaction to Rangers failing to take 3 points tomorrow night, if that should occur, will be absolutely toxic. And I this is the concern. You think Patrick Stewart's an experienced guy, an intelligent man. I fail to see the tactical strategy there and coming out and backing Clement 1 week, knowing that if things don't work out, and by the way, there's no basis on which you can be guaranteed that they will work out. On the contrary, that 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, you have to reverse ferret on what you said, what you communicated to the fans, and then pull the trigger, because that makes his judgment look questionable and flawed. So, I don't know. Rangers' home record does suggest that they should be able to get the points, but as we discussed earlier, Daniel, I mean, what was it? I remember Scott Brown scoring a diving header at Ibrox, put Aberdeen 2-0 up when Steven Gerrard was the manager. I remember Michael Beale turning up at Ibrox when Aberdeen came down, thinking that he was going to walk into Giovanni Van Bronckhorst's dressing room after the match and take his manager's jacket off him. And then Beale's Rangers career ironically ended with a game against Aberdeen at Ibrox. So it has been a problematic fixture. I mean, Van Bronckhorst actually won that game quite handsomely, I'm sure, but it only allowed him to stagger on for another couple of weeks before it was the end for him as well.
See just on Patrick Stewart, Jacko, sorry Daniel, Nick's waiting to come in here, and I don't know if you've discussed it on here already, but the thing that took me aback, and maybe it's just me, but the Patrick Stewart media briefing was this idea of getting outside experts in.
I think again. So there's nobody in the football club that knows what they're doing, basically.
I mean, you hear this stuff a lot now, and I mean, so you're paying money for other people to come in
and tell you that the guys you've got aren't good enough.
I thought the whole point of appointing a chief exec and a sporting director and people like that was to sort out the problems at the club. And also when he talks about, we're going to get football. No, who's the football expert? Philippe Clement is a football expert, whatever you might think of him as a manager. He's had 30 years in the game as a player and a coach.
And Niels Coppin has been given that role.
Exactly.
He should be the troubleshooter, and he's in-house.
I think if there was ever anything Rangers fans didn't want to hear at the weekend for Patrick Stewart was, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some other people in to try and sort it out.
Aye.
You could have went in there and said that.
Well, look, Alistair in the comment section saying Keith has got the Rangers set up right in the money, and that all the fans agreeing with Keith is one of the signs of the apocalypse.